Job Racing 200. Bennett can't get to the inside. Dane Cruz is there as they come through the tri-oval. Jeffrey Armistead is going to win the iRacing.Funny 250. Mayor's going to block, coming down to it at the line. It's going to be, I think, Dylan Parker's going to go back-to-back. He will win here at Darlington. And Luke Nuff is going to be a winner in the Slide Job Racing League for the first time. He scores first time in his career. Blaze McKinney is a winner in the Slide Job Racing League. He takes the victory here at Kansas.
Across the line, Dalton Kilroy is your winner.
Jonathan Parker scores the victory, and then more importantly, he scores the Season 10 championship here in the Slide Job Racing League. And we're live here in North Wilksboro, North Carolina, where tonight the drivers of the Slide Job Racing League take on this historic venue, North Wilkesboro Speedway, for race number 9 of the Season 11 Slide Job Racing League. We welcome you to tonight's broadcast of the iRacing. Follow iRacing.Funny on Instagram 100 here at North Wilkesboro. It is going to be a fun one here tonight. Some drivers running some throwback paint schemes that we saw earlier at Darlington. Some drivers with some new throwback paint schemes. They did not run at Darlington. As we approach race 9, just 2 races left in the regular season before we start a quest for the championship. We'll see who can punch their ticket here tonight and make their charge at a championship. Dawson Allen, as always, here in the booth on Tuesday nights. Joining me, as always, Mr. Josh Coppernoll, coming back after a bit of a vacation during the All-Star break. Josh, you missed out on a fun one last week, or I don't know if it was really a fun one, more so than it was a hectic one.
Yeah, I still watched it, despite being on vacation when I had some time. Much needed vacation. That was super awesome going to Grand Canyon. But yeah, I mean that All-Star race, it was really good. It was chaotic and a little bit of dramatic as well. So I mean, it had it all. But happy to be back. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how these drivers do at North Wilkesboro.
Absolutely. Right now we're looking at Ethan Fonseca Moreno with a throwback of his own there, that STP 43 machine. Though it does look weird on the Supra. That is a throwback there. But you look at the top of the charts and you see Brett Bennett. And I'm the kind of person that's going to question things. And we're going to take a look at the JCT replay just to show you why you see Brett Bennett at the top of the charts. It's because he did something that, you know, we've seen before in racing, but only once before. So this is Brett Bennett's fast lap that he put down earlier on. And you can see it's just, well, he's just riding the wall. I'm taking a page out of the Ross Chastain book, and that is why he is currently your fastest driver in practice.
Yeah, him and Michael Kruger both did it, just having a little bit of fun. But that is not allowed in the race. So here in practice, you know, all fun and games, I guess. Just those drivers wanting to have their names up top. And, you know, but come the race, they won't be able to do that.
Yeah, you see there Michael Kruger doing that as well on his lap that got him to second on the charts. Current fastest driver is, without riding the wall, Ethan Fonseca Moreno there at the 19-second mark. That's what we're going to see is 19-second laps, not these 18-second laps that we saw out of Bennett and Kruger. We're just having a little fun here tonight before this race gets underway. But you see Moreno there, 19.020 was his fast time in that 43 machine. Second fastest there is Luke Nupp in the 5. Jamie Wright currently scored 5th fastest in the speed charts with a 19.050. Right now we got 23 drivers on the grid. There's Brett Bennett spun out like usual, as he always does.
Now, Michael Michael Kruger's fastest lap without the wall ride is in 19.024, so that would still put him in P2 on the practice charts legitimately. Have to find out about Brett.
I can't imagine he'll be top 10, maybe top 5. Actually, I lie. He's got some speed in the short tracks.
A 19.127. So in between Noah Mayuri and Christian Pacheco. I put him in 6th place.
Yeah, not bad. 6th fastest. Yeah, he's always got speed at these short tracks for some reason. Brett does, and you know, we talk about it a lot of the times. You know, it's kind of weird how he has speed at short tracks when really he isn't that fast elsewhere. So, but he's got some short track speed, and it's gonna bode well for him here in this race, and then of course this Saturday night when the Independence News Truck Series returns to Bristol. So we'll see how it pans out for him. But their teammate in the Champion Ultimate Motorsports team, that number 02 of Jeffrey Armistead, currently 12th fastest on the charts. He was your winner in the season opener here on the iRacing.Funny 250 at Daytona. He was doing pretty good for a bit, kind of hit a couple speed bumps, but still 4th in points. Very, very good spot to be in right now. Comparative to the rest of the field in Circumference Ultimate Motorsports. But yeah, looking at the point standings right now, Luke Knupp is currently your top dog, a 160-point margin over 2nd place Jonathan Parker, and that all comes to the hands of just top 3 the field to death. I mean, you want to talk about a crazy stat there. We have gone through 8 races so far this season. Only twice has he finished outside of the top 3. He finished 11th at Daytona, and then he finished 10th at Nashville. After that, he's not finished worse than 3rd, which came at the Daytona Road Course, and then a bunch of seconds at 1st. So an impressive season for the 5 of Luke Knupp so far. Currently the points leader heading into this race and getting ready to go for a championship run in just a few weeks' time.
Yeah, it is a very impressive stat for Luke Knupp. I mean, he's been on a roll, and you know, he's looking like the early championship favorite. I really am curious to see, you know, how far this can go, how much momentum he can get. Just 2 races, including this one, left before the playoffs start, Dawson. And you know, once those playoffs start, you know, it's for Luke, it's going to be about business as usual. But for everybody else, they're going to have to try to figure out what do we have to do to stop that 5 machine.
We'll see how the rest of the field will fare in that in due time. Right now, just looking at the point standings, if I am to remember correctly, there's the 5 of Luke Knupp finally showing up on track. That beautiful Silver Kellogg scheme that we've seen Terry Labonte drive before. He thinks he's Texas Terry, but he is not. But yeah, that number 5 machine, so cool to see out on the track for Luke Knupp. Now, if I am to remember right, the playoffs are set by the top 10 in points at the conclusion of the regular season. As it stands right now, Austin J. McGill is the last driver in, currently 10th right now, 973 points. He has a 49-point gap over 11th place Christian Pacheco. It's overcomable, but we'll have to see what that 88 can do. He's got a gap back behind him. Jared Wilson is 30 points back of Pacheco, and then Doug Denise 11 points back of Wilson. Really the only ones that have a shot to kind of sneak their way in here in these closing races.
Yeah, it's go time as well. You know, as I mentioned, 2 races left before those playoffs start. It's go time. If you're on the outside looking in, you need to get in.
Well, that does it for practice. We move on to qualifying here. And the first car rolling off is going to be that 88 of Christian Pacheco.
track temp is hot, 131 degrees Fahrenheit. Qualifying could be very interesting.
Well, the first one we follow is the 88 of Christian Pacheco. He's right there in that battle for the last playoff position and spot we saw him in last season, too. Doesn't look like he liked his lap, so he's going to come to a stop. So with that, we'll move over to the 34 of Michael Thorpe Jr., see how he fares in his qualifying efforts. Second fastest that time for the 34, a 19.284. What are Karsten with the fastest time, though, so far? Thorpe will not improve on his second lap time. So we jump to Michael Kruger, who's going to slide right across the line on his first lap. That's going to take away both laps from the 81 of Michael Kruger sliding across the stripe there.
That is the worst thing you can do in qualifying. You can come to a stop before that line, and you can reset and try to do the best you can with just your second lap. But when you slide across the line like that, that hurts.
That ends both laps, pretty much.
Actually, it gave him a time. P12, 22.974, so not ideal, but he got a time down.
Well, you know who else got a time down? Luke Knupp, a 19.136. That is the fastest time here tonight. Now look back to our winner of Daytona earlier this season, Jeffrey Armistead. Jeffrey Armistead will go 19.373. It's good for 11th so far. Coming around turn 4 for his second qualifying lap. He slightly improves up to 10th now. A 19.310 is going to be his lap time. We look back to see, of course, forever waiting to the end of qualifying to go out. He likes to chase that carrot on a stick ahead of him. It's Jonathan Parker, your defending series champion.
I still find it so hard to believe he has yet to find victory lane this season. Jonathan Parker, P2 on lap 1. So impressive. Does not improve on lap 2. So his lap 1 time, a 19.209, will be the lap he qualifies with. P2 on the board, and right now the only one on track that's able to qualify is Gabe Cazzola, exiting off of pit road. Heading through 3 and 4 pretty slow. I think Gabe is looking for a throwaway lap on lap 1. Gabe Cazzola's going to cross. Gabe Cazzola's going to cross the stripe, put down a 19.605. Here's going to be his fast lap. Struggling a little bit there to get off turn 2. But through 3 and 4, let's see. He's going to slide. That lap will count, though, I assume.
It's going to count, Josh, but that was his 3rd lap, so it was not going to be a qualifying lap anyways.
Oh, well, there's that.
So that's going to be qualifying here. Josh, seeming like Tom Brady trying to count downs there near the end of his career. Couldn't quite figure out if it was 4th down or not, but that's okay. So let's take a look at the starting grid here, presented by Nobody, by JCTV. It is Luke K. Not going to start at P1 with Jonathan Parker to his outside. Ethan Fonseca Moreno finds Noah Mayuri in row number 2. Christian Pacheco and Hunter Karsten making up row 3 with Austin J. McGill and Jamie Wright tailing behind them in row 4. And then rounding out your top 10, it is Michael Thorpe Jr. and Brett Bennett.
Starting in 11th is going to be Jeffrey Armistead. Jake Scarborough to his outside at 12th. Zachary Wareham will start 13th. Michael Walls in 14th. Your all-star first finisher, but not winner. Jeff Wimmer will start in 15th. Ricky Hudgens 16th. Gabe Gazzola starts 17th. And your final qualifier on time, Michael Kruger will start 18th. Dylan Parker 19th, and Blaine Sparling will start 20th.
And running at your field, 21st, Jared Wilson, 22nd, JT Larsh. Back in 23rd is Ryan Bogey. Don Blazier finds himself 24th, and rounding out the field in 25th, it's going to be Darren Roy in the 96. Take a look at your race analysis. 160 laps for 83 miles of racing here tonight. This is the first points race for the Slide Job Racing League at North Wilkesboro. They did run the All-Star race in seasons 5, at least seasons 5 and 6 were scheduled to run the All-Star race here. Fuel window, doesn't matter. They're not going to make it a fuel run. The weather, of course, is clear. Track temp 132 degrees. It is scorching, like Josh did mention. But, hey, Josh, we got 160 laps. Who do you think is going to find victory lane at the end of it all?
Man, I forgot that was a thing. All right. Jonathan Parker. I mean, again, I mentioned he has yet to break through and get that win this season. I think Parker, he's hungry. He wants to defend his championships a lot. He starts on the front row tonight. It's going to be tough to beat that 5, I think, but Jonathan Parker is my pick to win.
Well, you're leaving the other front row starter on the table for me. Luke K. Knupp in that number 5 machine. I got him as my pick to win. He has had a dominant run all season. He's been kind of alternating. He finished 3rd in our last race at Daytona on the road course. But I think tonight he'll go and start on the pole, and he'll finish P1. Luke K. Knupp, your race winner here tonight. So as they now pace behind the pace car, it should be 2 laps here for the field. This is a short track. It is tradition for this short track to have 2 pace laps. We'll see if we have that extra time. So we'll take a look at a quick on boards here. You've got your pole sitter, Luke K. Knupp. Peek into the cockpit of Jonathan Parker. Back there. There's Brett Bennett, ready to go. Jeffrey Armistead's on board as he gets ready to go here as well. All eyes, though, are on the front of the field. It's Luke Knupp, Jonathan Parker. The top 2 in points are going to be starting 1, 2 in this one here tonight. Pace car dives off 160 laps. We are going green here at North Wilkesboro. Side by side, they go through one, neither man giving an inch, but you see Parker trying to get around the outside, can't quite fully get around. They're still side by side as they come to the start-finish line. This time, the lead is going to go lap 1 to Luke Knupp.
I think right here, Parker needs to do something. He gets a little bit of advantage off turn 2. Hold it outside a little bit better. Luke Knupp misses the bottom there in 3 and 4. Noah Mary's going to slide behind.
Austin J. McGill struggling as well. Gets a little loose on the exit of 4. He has to back it down and give up a couple spots there. Michael Thorpe Jr. going around the outside there as he drops back to 9th. But they're still side by side for this race lead.
These two are so fun to watch.
Jamie Wright just had a bobble on the exit of 4 as well. Knupp missed the bottom big time. Parker washed at the track. That might be enough for Luke to clear for the race lead. Indeed it is. Luke Knupp now finally clear for the point.
And Parker still can't get down to the bottom. He's got Ethan Fonseca Moreno right down there.
Oh, Jamie Wright's going to slide it, lock it down. Caution flies. A quick caution here from that accident Not much of an accident, but a good save by Jamie Wright to keep that from being worse than it could have been. Just take a quick look back at the JC replay. We know what happened. Jamie Wright just got loose on the exit of turn 4. Very easy to see, but we'll just take a look back and show you what happened again. It's right here on the bottom. On the gas a little early. Contact actually with Austin J. McGill. Locks it down before it noses into that inside wall. A great save there by the driver of the 53 to not clobber at inside wall. So he's maybe a little bit of net code contact, but enough to send him around. Luckily, though, not hitting anything. We'll take a look at the sky here as well. Let's see, right here. Maybe there was actual contact, not just net code, but able to lock it down and keep it going here. So, maybe right. First caution of the day here on lap number 4.
Yeah, I am a little bit surprised, Dawson. I've noticed a lot of times the trend with these races in the Slide Job Racing League is when we come to a track like this and there's a caution pretty quickly, there's drivers that come down pit road, and it's not necessarily to get tires, but to just get fuel, top off on fuel, allow them to go a little bit further than everybody else. I'm a little bit surprised to see that nobody's coming down pit road.
Absolutely. I would have thought maybe somebody in the back might have just pit, taking some fuel. We'll see. So we'll wrap around the corner, hit lap 10, should get him double file here this time by. Get ready to go back racing. That was a great battle, though, we had those first couple laps under green, side by side that whole time by. Do you think they're going to be able to keep that up again this time?
I think so. I mean, you have two incredible racers, and Luke Knupp and Jonathan Parker, who trust each other a lot to be able to, really stay right next to each other, kind of leaning on each other without actually touching each other. So I think we will.
We'll see. Pace car is going to make that hard left turn down pit road here. 10 laps complete. In the iRacing.Funny 100, excuse me. Green flag is out, but that time a better launch by Luke Knupp to get clear of the field. As we get back racing, Parker now going to have the inside clogged by Ethan Fonseca Moreno. Somebody is wide back in turn 2. That is the 73 of Jeff Wimmer. He is dropping back in front of Gabe Cazzola. There may be some contact, but that 73 dropping back through the field very rapidly on that restart. But back up front, the battle is still on for second. Moreno to the inside of Parker still. You see Pacheco battling with the 8 of Noah Mayuri. Mayuri clears now the 88, and now it's still Moreno and Parker side by side for second.
A little bit of contact, too, between Pacheco and Mayuri. Yeah. A little bit of contact between the two. Pacheco got a little sideways and then ultimately tucked back in the line. Parker still cannot get down to the bottom, though.
Mayuri makes a little contact, but they're able to keep it straight. Oh, big one to the back! It's a track blocker. There's your picture there, Josh. Look at that one. Half the back of the field involved, and the caution will fly. I see one name that's on pit road, and I don't think it shocks me if they might have been a part of the issue there. We got to take a look at your JCTV replay to see what happened. Looking at Michael Walls. It's the lap prior. He was underneath the 27 to Zachary Wareham. Jeff Weimer Cummings is inside there for a second. Backs out of it. Oh, he hopped right there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, me, oh, my. What on earth happens here? It looks like he hops the dirt right there, hits the pit wall after Jeff Wimmer hits him. See Blaine Sparling, Gabe Gonzola, Darren Roy, Don Blazier, Jamie Wright, Ricky Hudgens gets a piece of it. And right here, Jared Wilson's just waiting to go, and Jamie Wright just pulls right into him.
Jamie Wright and Ryan Bogey both did a great job realizing what was going on, getting on the brakes, coming to a complete stop. But as you mentioned, the unfortunate for Jared Wilson to then get tagged.
He had it stopped entirely, had it missed. So look on board with Ryan Bogey as well for all the chaos. You'll just see from this angle right here. Well, should be get ready to go back green here. Next lap. Looks like Michael Walls and Blaine Sparling are going to call it a night. They double up now, getting ready to go back racing. Luke Knupp, Ethan Fonseca, Moreno now going to be your front row. See Jonathan Parker going to be restarting third, Chris Pacheco fourth, and then Noah Mary back there in fifth. As we round through 3 and 4, the pace car dives off. And the green flag will be displayed back racing here at North Wilkesboro. Austin J. McGill. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Josh. You said it first.
Look at Austin J. McGill on that outside line. He was trying to power up there. Ultimately, wasn't able to get it to work, but he's trying.
Moreno now on the outside of Jonathan Parker as the battle for second still heating up. Oh, Ryan Bogey got the wall, having issues dropping back here. Costing him a little bit of time, but he's able to keep going. See Moreno back to second over Jonathan Parker. As they make their way through 3 and 4 yet again. Austin Jim McGill to the inside of Christian Pacheco for fourth.
I don't know what McGill did. Almost looks like he turned on the afterburners. He's on a mission.
Open the door for Michael Thorpe Jr. to the inside of Noah Mary. Now this is for sixth. Mary on a backward slide now. After restarting that restart, in fifth. Looks like he's on the verge of dropping another spot, maybe 2 more if Hunter Carson can keep up with Thorpe. And hanging tough here in the 6th position. Back here, battle between teammates Jeffrey Armistead, Michael Kruger still side by side, not able to settle the score on 11th place. Dylan Parker get a little sideways behind him. And miss the corner here. So allowing Zachary Ware to peek to the inside of the 27. Now tell me if you heard this before, Josh. Luke Knupp is leading and is starting to gap the field.
That's a bit of a shock. But no, I mean, Luke Knupp, so good at that.
It's one thing that he has really worked on compared to last season, where it kind of just felt like he had to have something go his way to get a win or anything like that. He has been able to kind of put these races together now to where it's all on him. And he is able to pull away. He is able to make these decisions and able to make these moves that are going to work in his favor. As you can see him continuing to try to hold steady or much less expand the gap. At that time, not a good corner. Moreno going to roll up on him there. But Knupp has been very, very, very impressive this season. Just his complete turnaround after his first win last season at Dover. And now we see him, how he's blossomed. 3 wins this season and a championship 4 berth last season. Looking to see if he can replicate that this year.
I think it was another one of those classic cases of, Luke Knupp was capable of getting wins, but it was a matter of when is it going to happen? I mean, it just seemed like, as you mentioned, there was so many that could have, would have, should have been his. But when he did break through to get that first win, he's just been on a hot streak and on a tear since then. I think he won, if I recall correctly, Dawson, he won that Dover race, and then the week after, there was a special event that he won. And I think that momentum really, really helped him.
Yeah, he's very much taken the ball and run with it big time. Luke Knupp has. He has been just a force to be reckoned with. And you're right behind, not too far behind, is the 48 of Jonathan Parker, who currently is second in points. But I mean, like I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, second in points, but he is 160 points back of Luke Knupp in the standings. It is ridiculous how much of a gap Luke Knupp has built up over the rest of the field here. With all these points he's acquired from these top 3 finishes, from these dominant performances. Jonathan Parker, he's had 2 bad finishes this season, 33rd at Daytona and then 23rd at Nashville. Outside of that, he's finished top 10 every other race. So you would think with a pedigree like that, that's somebody who's going to be close to the championship battle, but that's how good Luke has been this season. I mean, he's got an average finish right now of 3.5. for that number 5 car. It is absurd how good of a season he's had.
That's insane.
So that was a fun stat for you too, just looking through all the stat sheets. The average rating that they give, the Sim Racer Hub ratings they've started doing now. He has an average rating of 111.28. The only other driver that's close to that, of course, Jonathan Parker with 104.87. So a big gap between Luke Knupp and in second place, Jonathan Parker.
Got a fun battle right now for 4th place. Austin J. McGill and Christian Pacheco. I've been continuously watching these guys. And Pacheco, he's got the speed, just struggling right now to complete the pass on McGill.
Looks like we lost Noah Marriage there. Might have blinked out. He was up here in the top 10, but now has disappeared. He's currently scored a lap down to 19th. Oh, Pacheco got the wall there. That's going to open the door. Michael Thorpe Jr. going to try to run the outside and get around this 88 machine. And you want to talk about quiet? About Michael Thorpe Jr. 3rd in points right now. I mean, it's not been an eventful season for the 34, but he's put together a quiet string of success that's put him in his position to be 3rd in points.
There's a big battle in the back. Zachary Wareham just caught the wall. But Jeffrey Armistead, Michael Kruger, Jamie Wright, even a little bit ahead of them. I mean, all these drivers are just packed together. Kruger going to drop a spot into 13th.
Jared Wilson to the inside of Zachary Wareham for 14th, just behind him. Wilson will complete the pass. Wareham dropping back now to 15th. I tell you, it won't be long, I don't think, for some of these guys until they start seeing that 5 machine in their rear view mirror. Not a blistering pace that Luke Knupp is setting, but he will hit lap traffic not very long from now. Of course, first car that'll be lap traffic will be number 18 of Gabe Gazzola, already a lap down with damage. It would be a case of when he catches him. But you notice here, too, again, the top 2 have really separated the field. Moreno just had an issue off of 4, but they are now currently over a second ahead of 3rd place Jonathan Parker.
We keep talking about the speed that Luke Knupp has, but the speed that Ethan Fonseca Moreno has as well is very incredible. You know, I think we have watched him grow as a driver a lot in the short amount of time he's been around. And as you mentioned, not far off of Luke Knupp right now.
Of course, Ethan's still looking for his first career win here in the Slide Job Racing League. He's got wins in the Independence News Truck Series, just not yet here in Slide Job. 28 starts. Best finish is 2nd, coming at Watkins Glen. That was last season. He's had 2 4th place finishes so far this year, coming at Darlington and Bristol. And then another top 5 finish at Auto Club this season, so 3 top 5s for the 43 machine this year, just not able to capitalize. But looking back through the field, some more battles. Jared Wilson continuing to march forward. Brett Bennett battling Dylan Parker for 8th.
Real quick, I noticed on the track Ricky Hutchins was slow. Went back to investigate, and a couple laps ago, he caught the wall, slid through the grass, and was losing a bunch of positions. Was able to get back on the track, and then almost lost it again on the front stretch. Not sure if you've got the replay, but this would have been his lap 48 coming to 49.
And you know, as soon as you were talking through it, Josh, the replay was playing, and you talked us right through what happened. So, yeah, we had the replay right there for you. Yeah, Ricky Hudgens, currently 17th, last car in the lead lap, 14 seconds back of the race leader, who is driving the number 5 machine. That is Luke Knupp. Across the stripe that time, it will be lap 54, lap 55 next time by. Top 5 have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the pack as we get rolling in this race. Not yet at that halfway point for our math nerds out there, but that's okay. Take a look. That's your top 5. We're taking a quick side-by-side break here on JCTV, but don't go anywhere. You will not miss any of the action.
man. You cut me off back there. What you gonna do about it? Oh, man.
Can you feel it? The taste of Coca-Cola. Well, the race
All right,
is over.
fine.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Life's irreversible.
Are we good? We're good.
At Domino's, you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for just $7.99 each. And with Domino's Carside Delivery, you can conveniently stay in your car while you do it. Just pull up, check in online, and we'll quickly bring your food to you.
Thank you.
So you don't have to get out to get carry-out. Like Denny here.
Hey, Hamlin. I like your PJs.
PJs.
Stay in the driver's seat with Domino's Carside Delivery.
So, Ginny, what makes you an awesome different driver?
Well, there's a lot to it. Man, it's a rush. So what makes home selling with OfferPad awesome different?
Oh, so much. But with OfferPad, it's a lot more home selling stuff and a lot less bumping into people.
I don't bump into anyone.
Home selling with OfferPad is awesome different. Request your free cash offer today at OfferPad.com.
Man, running out of hot water, that's like running out of gas during a race.
You got that right.
That's why I'm getting a Richmond water heater, man. They're dependable.
A real winner.
They got everything here, too. And the prices, they're low.
Come to Menards. Check out our huge selection of Richmond water heaters in stock today. You'll save big money now. Low prices, lower energy cost.
Man, what an awesome store.
I'm proud to have them as a partner.
Let's go win some races from Menards.
Let's do it.
Save big money at Menards.
Man, we're door to door. I have the better car, fresher tires. I drove it in deep, and you missed it. I know you wanted to watch it, but you got throttled by your data plan, and it slowed you down. You hit your data limit streaming all that techno music, didn't you? I mean, really? Man, you've got some questionable taste in music.
Switch to Sprint, the only network with truly unlimited data.
Oh, wow. You're Kyle Busch.
Yeah. Hi.
And that is the new Nas Rowdy drink?
That's it.
Can I get a picture?
Sure, yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, no. Get rowdy.
You saw it in nonstop. Jake Scarborough went for a spin, bringing out the caution, but we're getting ready to go back racing here. Pit stops were made. The drivers are ready to get back going, looping up. Won the race off pit road. Ethan Fonseca Moreno came out in second. Jonathan Parker, Michael Thorpe Jr., and Christian Pacheco. Their top five. Pace cars off, 100, make it 99 to go. Green flag back in the air. Moreno had a good restart, still side by side for the race lead with Luke Nubb.
See if Ethan can do what Parker couldn't do. Oh, Parker's gonna get loose.
He saved it, but he's gonna drop 2 spots. Still side by side. Nubb running up the track into Moreno again. Still side by side, door to door as they make their way through 3 and 4. Here comes Michael Thorpe Jr. now in the 3rd spot. Can he make a difference here? Moreno will be crowded for the lap.
You know, Thorpe is hungry as well. Oh, Nupp got loose. He's going to fall back in second. And contact.
The bumper to the back of the 43. Nupp still sideways, but they're back side by side.
Nupp going to lose it again. Opens up the door for that 34. Here comes Thorpe underneath Luke Nupp.
He is having a handful of a time trying to hold on to that 5 machine. Now going to drop back to 3rd for Luke Nupp. But out front, that hands the race lead to Ethan. Oh, contact!
Thorpe got sideways.
And look who's up in the mix back in the background there. Dylan Parker, the 3 is here.
Now that I've had a moment to catch my breath, Dylan Parker, he never ceases to amaze either. Always rising up to the top. He might have a say in this thing very quickly.
He's like the Macho Man. He's the cream of the crop. The cream will rise to the top, and I can just hear the from the Macho Man as that is being said. 5th place right now for Dylan Parker. He is up 14 spots from the grid. Started 19th in this race, now in the top 5.
I think Dylan Parker loves the challenge of going through the field, because you see it time and time again out of that 3. When qualifying comes, he's nowhere to be seen up front, but in the race, he's up there.
He's doing a good job, and we see
Trouble in the back.
caution.
Wreck caution is out. It is Ricky Hudgens involved. Scarborough around. I don't know where it started at.
Oh, and Wilson can drive into the door of Jake Scarborough there. We'll take a look at your JCTV replay to see just what happened. But something tells me that Jared Wilson and Jake Scarborough made some contact, and indeed it looks like they did. You take a look back at your JCTV replay. This is into turn 3. Side by side, they are right here. Scarborough gets a little loose, and oh, he just right hooks the 83. That explains Wilson turning that wheel and driving into the driver's door of Jake Scarborough. But I think if he watches the replay, he'll see Scarborough just gets loose right here. And nothing unintentional, but nothing that Wilson could have done differently to miss it. We'll take a look at right on board with Jared Wilson. See the 83, no chance. But that is going to end his night. At head-on contact with the wall. Jake Scarborough, another incident for him. So Ethan Fonseca Moreno will be your race leader here. Michael Thorpe Jr. going to restart 2nd. Luke Knupp in 3rd there. Dylan Parker and Jonathan Parker together right there. Jonathan 4th, Dylan 5th. Not yet at the halfway point. Double up here. Get this race back going.
So it's always reading the comment section, and I see that I need to give Dane Cruz a hello. I typed it already, but do so on air. So hello, Dane, and thank you once again for helping out last week.
Dane Cruz was in the booth with me here. Not racing tonight like the bum he is, but that's okay. Moreno on the gas pedal, green flag back in the air. Luke Knupp was ready. Michael Thorpe Jr., however, was not ready. Side by side for 2nd behind the leader.
Dylan Parker's right there, wants to make the move, but he's being patient, waiting for these two to sort things out in front of him, still side by side.
Running so tight to that wall, that outside lane. Michael Thorpe Jr. is now they're running tight on each other's doors. It's Nupp and Thorpe side by side for second. Oh, a little contact made. They keep it straight, but door to door, the 5 and 34.
Someone's got to give. Neither one wants to.
Oh, Luke gonna drift up, run up the track a little bit. That's open the door. Dylan Parker wants to go to the inside. Moreno blinking in front, so this could wind up being a battle for the lead if something happens to Moreno's connection. Nupp almost slides up into Thorpe, still side by side.
This is incredible.
Ooh, Thorpe a little sideways, Nupp a little sideways too. They're still going to be side by side.
Dylan Parker's looking, not going to take it.
Halfway home.
We are now halfway, yeah.
A math nerd.
These guys.
Yeah, neither one wants to give this one up. Still side by side for second. Now finally Nupp might get clear. He does. Thorpe gets a little sideways. Gonna try to cross him over. Can't get in there. Caution might be out. It should be out. Zachary Wareham is sideways on the track, and there it is. Take a look at the JCTV replay, and I see another face that is pretty familiar in that one there. Right here, just gets sideways. Austin J. McGill and Nick Scarborough both getting contact there. Just gets loose in the exit of 4 right here. McGill and Scarborough, just no chance to miss them, really. That's how the cookie will crumble, but looks like some split strategy decisions on whether to pit or not. Looks like maybe the top 8 staying out here. And includes the 18 of Gabe Gazzola, currently at 8th place. He was a lap down early this race, but the cautions got him a lucky dog and got him back on the lead lap and got him back up with a pack. So Gazzola's looking for a good rebound in tonight's race after having to be a little bit further out back due to some damage from a wreck. So we'll see if that 18 can be in the mix of things, but it's the top 9 actually will stay out. First off of pit road of those who pit, though, is the 3 of Dylan Parker. Jonathan Parker off second, and Michael Kruger, Jeffrey Armistead, Ryan Bogey, Jake Scarborough, Austin J. McGill. That is how they came off of pit road. Jeff Weimer currently scored 1 lap down in the 73. Then 2 laps down now is Zachary Wareham. And 58 laps down, still rolling somehow, is the 23 of Don Glazier. He has got about another, make it 12 laps to catch Noah Mayuri for 20th. And after that, he's got a bit of a ways to go to get to Jared Wilson, which would be 19th. So he can just keep it clean, just keep rolling. He's got 2 spots ahead of him right now. See if he can get to him in that 23 as he looks to kind of get some extra points here in the late goings of this race.
So one thing I want to point out, Dawson, while that caution was happening, we were watching Nupp and Thorpe battling hard. Of course, Nupp was able to clear Thorpe, and then Thorpe tried the crossover. Dylan Parker gave a little shot to Thorpe, but I think Thorpe was already struggling trying to get into the corner, and it's just an amazing save out of Thorpe as his car was starting to get sideways there.
He has had a lot of good car control tonight to be able to keep that car from really spinning out. He had a lot of times I thought he was going to go around and just bin it, but able to save it, keep it straight, keep going. and keep fighting for this top spot. Right now in third, going to be restarting behind race leader, or actually second place, Luke Nupp, as Ethan Fonseca Moreno choosing the high line for this restart.
Yeah, a little bit surprised to see that out of Ethan. See how it works.
Green flag's going to fly. Back racing at Wilkesboro, and you see the big jump he gets. Luke Nupp was caught asleep.
I'll say it worked out perfectly.
Oh, Dylan Parker sitting at 3 wide, 4 wide for a second. Hunter Karsten's going to go for a spin. Christian Pacheco gets tagged. Somehow it's only a 2-car accident, and the caution flies again. Dylan Parker did what? So we're going to go back and show you the move that Dylan Parker did on this restart here. This is outstanding. Shoots it 3 wide on those fresh tires and makes it 4 wide even for a second, but he makes it work. But then right behind him, you see Hunter Karsten have the issue that sends in the field behind him. Right here, the 13 battling on the inside just washes up the track. Maybe a little net code from Gabe Pizzola, and then right there, Christian Pacheco gets hit, turned, but somehow, some way, nobody else involved. Fall under caution again. This time by should be 70 laps to go.
Very curious to know if Ethan is gonna restart on the outside again. That worked out really well for him and Jamie Wright. That latest restart.
And Jamie Wright had a really good launch with Ethan Fonseca Moreno. But I think more so it went to the fact that Luke Nupp had a terrible restart. Didn't even go, it seemed. And he just faded back to third, held up Michael Thorpe Jr. the rest of the inside line. So we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see how things happen. But this time around, he's got a chance to make it back up. Double file they go. Moreno choosing the inside line this time. See how this takes off this time. A good restart last time, but only got a half a lap to really do anything with it. We'll see what he does this go around. Green flag flies, back racing, and that time Nupp got a good restart, but look who's going to make it again to the outside. It's Dylan Parker trying to make it 3 wide yet again with Thorpe and Bennett to his inside. And he's got Michael Kruger in tow, trying out the same strategy. But they're still side by side for second between Nupp and Wright. Oh, Dylan might have got the wall there on entry.
I didn't know what happened to Jamie Wright, but oh, he's gonna send it in there. That was a little sketch.
Oh, send in a little more. Might have gotten contact there with Luke Nupp, but Nupp is going to clear for second. Now here comes Dylan Parker for second on those fresh tires. And Michael Kruger and Jonathan Parker trying to follow suit with the 3. caution is out. I believe it's the 77 of Jake Scarborough again. It is. Scarborough goes for a spin, and that brings us to another caution flag. We'll take a look and see what happened to the 77 here. JCTV replay. Turn 1 right here, just got in a little too hot. Noah Mary right there, who just reconnected recently, has a chance to miss it. But he was able to keep anything else, so another slide, another caution, and some more split strategy. Michael Thorpe Jr., Brett Bennett, Gabe Gazzola, Jake Scarborough, of course, now as well on pit road.
So under that caution, or during this caution rather, Jamie Wright drove up to the back of Luke Knupp, gave him a little shot. Jamie Wright not happy with Luke Knupp.
There's going to be some tempers flaring into this race for sure. But that's the nature of the beast, short track racing. So it's no shocker there. So we've crossed over. We're going to hit 60 laps to go this time by. Moreno still leading. Knupp is second. Dylan Parker, though, up to third. Fresher tires in the top 3, as is Michael Kruger in fourth. They pit 16, make it 17 laps ago. Fresher tires. They're able to make their way through the field pretty quick. We'll see if they can do it again and go for this race lead.
So Ethan Fonseca Moreno has said over the radio that he is going to take the outside for this restart. That's going to put Michael Kruger right behind Ethan on the restart.
See what happens. Front row being Ethan Fonseca Moreno and Luke Knupp yet again. See if Luke can try to hold with Moreno. Pace cars off. Green flag. A good launch by the 43. See what Michael Kruger and Jonathan Parker can do on the outside lane as Dylan Parker gets held up by Luke Knupp.
Kruger washes up the track a lot there.
Now Parker going to try the outside as Kruger goes to the inside. On fresher tires than race leader Ethan Fonseca Moreno. They're closing in on that 43 machine. Oh, sideways is the 81 of Michael Kruger. Still able to maintain. Parker's here on the brakes. Now he goes to the inside of the 81.
Parker gave Kruger a shot. Now Kruger is under fire from both Parkers.
He's going to have to kind of give it up a little bit. 18 starts here for Michael Kruger. Yet to find victory lane in the Slide Job Racing League. Currently third, trying to get up there and mix it up, but here comes your defending series champion, Jonathan Parker, here into second place now. While Dylan Parker still battling with Luke Knupp back there in the background, that is for fourth.
Dylan's going to get side by side with Luke Nupp. Just can't roll the top as well as he was earlier, but Luke is going to get sideways off the corner. That's going to allow Dylan Parker to easily get up top going into one. Now get the run down the back stretch.
See the difference in tires we have through the field. Either Montague Moreno and Luke Nupp, the last time they came down pit road was that lap 60 caution, that big one. Right now they maintain. Actually, no, it was actually the Jake Scarborough incident, excuse me, that brought that caution. But now we have another caution on the track. Jake Scarborough again with issues. Chase TV replay, see what happened in the 77 this time. Oh, ran into by Don Blazier entering the corner. Don Blazier 57 laps down. What are you doing? I would have to guess the incident count for Jake Scarborough is going to be through the roof at this rate.
Oh, yeah. I would say so.
Ethan Fonseca Moreno, Luke Nupp came down pit road that time. They have taken a fresh set of tires. Back in 11th to 12th, though. So we'll see how they pan out. Jamie Wright, though, has yet to pit again since that first caution earlier, on with Jake Scarborough. That was Jake Scarborough's first caution. So we'll see how he does since lap 60 was the last time that 53 machine was on pit road. But now, our new leader, Jonathan Parker, out front.
Going to be interesting now to see how drivers like the 43, Fonseca Moreno, and Luke Nupp, Christian Checo, so on, how those drivers can work their way up through the field.
Prematurely going to get double file. But the 1 degree this time will let them go double file. So Parker, Kruger, Parker, Wright, Thorpe, top 5. Will hit the Geico restart zone this next time by. I believe it's 46 laps to go in this one here. In the follow iRacing.Funny on Instagram 100. The pace car is off. Jonathan Parker slides a little bit. Michael Kruger sliding too, but the green flag is back out. Jeffrey Armistead trying to make the top lane.
Hunter Carter around!
Saves it somehow. But the caution flies again.
They were 4 wide.
Look at this mess here. Moreno and Nupp trying to get by. Then Nupp. Looked like Carson really had a chance there. Nupp was going for the entry of the corner and just got in to Hunter Karsten there. Spun him around. So we're under caution yet again. since we've run out of single lap down cars, that means the free pass has been going to Noah Mayuri, who is now 49 laps down at this point. He is just a lap away from getting by Jared Wilson for 19th. Have a chance to get Zach Wareham and Ricky Hudgens as well to get all the way up to 17th if he can keep his nose clean and just keep logging these laps. Double file we go. Yeah, double file we go, but it's still lights on the pace car.
Yeah, I was just going to say these drivers are ready to go. But the pace car driver isn't. I'm not sure. Does the iRacing pace car driver have a name? Like Marty the Flagman?
I would say Jeff Bodine, but
maybe we need to give the pace car driver a name.
Maybe we'll find one. We'll see. Pace car is going to pull down pit road this time by. It'll leave us 40 laps in determinant. It's a Parker front row show here at North Wilkesboro. Pace cars off, the green flag flies, back underway at North Wilkesboro. Parker, Jonathan with a good restart, while Parker, Dylan runs in second with a try to get back up to that front and take the race lead that he could have gotten if those cautions didn't fall that way. They did. Meanwhile, back here, Jeffrey Armistead to the outside of Gabe Cazzola. Oh, Pacheco almost had contact with Luke Knupp, who's trying to fight his way through the field to the back of Ethan Fonseca Moreno, who's now working to the outside of Gabe Cazzola. Luke Knupp trying to fight his way, maybe even muscle his way through some of these cars back here.
I'll tell you where I don't want to be, and that is right here. In this gaggle of cars.
Oh, Luke Knupp saved
save!
it! But he's in the bottom of the three-wide situation with Pacheco and Bennett. But man, what a save by Luke Knupp. He was facing the inside wall, and he got it back straight.
Oh, Michael Kruger struggling getting into one. Pacheco has contact from Bennett, I believe. There's so much going on.
Top three, though, are single file 1, 2, 3. It's Parker Thorpe trying to run away from this pack. While the freshest tires in the field right now, Ethan Fonseca Moreno trying to get by Jamie Wright, the oldest tires in the field.
And as caution is out.
On Jeff Wimmer, Ryan Bogey. Oh, Jake Scarborough, Austin J. McGill. A big one in the back straightaway here. Takes out 4 cars. And we're back under the yellow flag again. We'll take a look at your JCTV replay and show you just what on earth happened back here. 73 just snaps loose and just the stack up ensues. Another accident leads to another restart here at North Wilkesboro. Jonathan Parker, though, still leading the race, but I noticed Dylan Parker came down pit road that time, as did Michael Kruger, Jeffrey Armistead, Jamie Wright. They all elect to pit, so they fall back to 12th through 16th, or 12th through 15th, excuse me. That's how they're going to line up.
Jonathan Parker elects to take the top line, so he's going to be restarting outside on this restart. And just a reminder for those at home, this league does not have a choose code, so the only one that gets lane choice is the leader. And he declared that he wanted to be top before, a lap before, so. Jonathan Parker does go up there, so front row, Parker on the outside, Thorpe, followed by Ethan Fonseca Moreno in third, Luke Nupp in fourth, and Christian Pacheco. Gabe Cazzola making up row 3.
We'll see how it shakes out. 30 laps to go, and we go back green. Parker and Thorpe, your front row. Luke Nupp and Ethan Fonseca Moreno make up row number 2 as they fight their way back to the field. The green flag flies back racing. And you see the tire spin on the 34. Here comes Luke Nupp, going to try to challenge for the race lead once again. Dylan Parker going to send it 4 wide. He's going to slide. Hunter Karsten gets hit. Brett Bennett, Jeffrey Armistead, Jake Scarborough again, because why not? The caution will fly again. This time, the over-aggressive move by Dylan Parker is going to wipe him out. Brett Bennett with an engine blowing up. Oy vey. And if you sit back and listen for a few seconds, I think you can hear Brett Bennett screaming all the way from Nebraska, all the way out here. We'll take a look at JCTV replay. It's an aggressive move by Dylan Parker to get to the outside, forcing it 4, then 3 wide, but he just gets loose. Then collects Bennett, Karsten, Scarborough. McGill just snakes by. Doesn't snake by. The 77 yet again caught up in another accident.
Yeah, so, like I mentioned earlier, I've been reading the comment section. I always try to keep an eye on it. Not really as interactive with it as I have been tonight, but before that restart happened, Ty the Guy said, "Oh no, this is how Jeffrey dies." They restart, and that happens. Now, Jeffrey didn't really die, but he did get some damage in that one. I've heard of a commentator's curse. I don't know if I've heard of a fan curse like that before.
Commentator's curse, if you will.
Yeah, commentator's curse.
Well,
Ty the Guy said I called.
And for those that are uninitiated, that is Tyler Watermullen, driver of the number 68 in the Pits News Truck Series. He is slow in the track, but he's pretty quick when it comes to seeing anything that might cause chaos on the track. So credit where credit is due for that one. But yeah, Austin J. McGill, what a miss by that 21 machine. Puts him in the top 10 here on some pretty fresh tires too. He's got a shot to climb to the field and go win this race. Show you the tire situation right now. Parker has been out there for 51 laps. Luke Nupp, 24. Michael Thorpe Jr., 36, as has Gabe Cazzola. You see Moreno out there, Pacheco as well. They're on the same strategy as Luke Nupp, but Michael Kruger, Jamie Wright, Austin J. McGill 8-lap-old tires. They've got a chance to get up here and mix it up for the win.
Parker once again gonna take the top on this one. He called top. Luke said, no, I think you actually want the bottom, but Parker gonna stick with the top here.
So here we go. 24 laps to go, and we go back green. Luke Knupp and Jonathan Parker, the front row. Parker electing to take the outside lane on this restart. How will the field shake up? How many more cautions will we have? Let's find out. Green flag back in the air. Back racing here at Wilkesboro. Luke Knupp blinking in and out there. Just to update you, Brent Bennett, Hunter Carson going to be out of this one with damage on pit road. So that's 2 more cars that drop out of this one. But you see Parker gets clear. Luke Knupp in second. Battle for third between Gabe Cazzola and Michael Thorpe Jr. Ooh, Pacheco got the bumper of the 34. Doesn't spin him out. Still side by side for third. Thorpe gets by. Cazzola slides a little sideways. Might have got the wall, but the battle for the lead's heating up. Here comes Luke Knupp. It's the battle of our 2 picks here, Josh.
They always seem to find a way.
As now Luke Knupp gets to the inside, side by side for the race lead. Here comes the 5. Oh, contact made! Up the track they go! Luke Knupp trying to fight to the inside. They're 3 wide in the background, meanwhile. I saw Michael Kruger get through it all. He advances now to 7th, but still battling for the lead.
Oh, contact in the back, 21 of McGill.
Saved it.
Yeah. They're all over each other. 18 to go.
Battle for the lead. Knupp continues to slide up the track. Parker's still right there, but the older tires is not able to get a run on the exit, so that puts Luke Knupp to the race lead. See, Parker just can't get the drive on exit like Luke can, but he's still right there with him. See, here comes Michael Thorpe Jr. as well in that 34 machine. Oh, sideways in the back there. Christian Pacheco sliding to the exit of turn 4. Gets the outside wall just a little bit, but maintains 5th position. Approaching a slower car, that is the 77 of Jake Scarborough for the race leader, Luke Knupp, but it's going to be 15 to go at the line this time. Michael Thorpe Jr. going to make the move for second. He needs to make this move happen quick if he wants to even try to track down Luke Knupp. Fastest car on track that time, 4th place, Ethan Fonseca Moreno. To battle for second, the race leader starting to pull away and just inch further and further ahead. Thorpe and Parker, those side by side for second. Moreno right there as well.
Moreno staying patient. He needs to go.
Thorpe gonna slide in front of Parker for second. Now Michael Thorpe Jr. takes the second spot. You see a slower car right there ahead of the race leader. That is Jeff Weimer. He is slow on the back straightaway.
Oh, Christian Pacheco around.
And that's going to bring out a yellow. 12 laps to go. The caution flag falls. We'll have a late race restart. That kind of starts here with the 73 of Jeff Weber being slow on the bottom. Jamie Wright trying to cross over. Pacheco just gets right in the back of him and just spins him out. Lucky no one else hits him or gets involved. It's just a single car spin. But some split strategy here. The top 7 stay out. Jonathan Parker, Austin J. McGill, Jamie Wright, Jake Scarborough, Ryan Bogey, Gabe Cazzola all come down pit road that time. Actually, it looks like it's just 2, actually. Parker and Scarborough on pit road. As is McGill and Jamie Wright.
So after the contact between Jamie Wright and Pacheco, Michael Kruger got loose off of 4. Got in Jamie Wright. Jamie Wright hit the wall pretty hard. I heard Jamie Wright say he got a meatball, and I wasn't exactly sure how he got that. Just the contact he had with Pacheco. That would explain it.
Take a look back and see what happened. The 53 really quickly if we can. I see where that damage is, but I don't quite see where. We'll see if we can find it here. So right here is where he hits Pacheco. And then right here, yeah, Kruger right there. Oh, yeah, pretty good impact with the wall for Jamie Wright. That explains that damage that's got him on pit road right now, so. And obviously somebody tuned in. I noticed somebody's tuned in because they have made a comment about it. Oscar Enriquez, the 56, he's not here tonight either. Him and Dayton Cruz both in the loser category of not racing here tonight. So shout out to them for tuning in, though, anyways, here to Slide Job Racing League night on JCTV. So we are going to have a 6-lap shootout if we stay green, which means we're not going to stay green. We're going to have overtime. Luke Nutt, Michael Thorpe Jr. the front row. Then it's Ethan Fonseca Moreno and Dylan Parker. Then Michael Kruger, Jeffrey Armistead, Jonathan Parker, Ryan Bogey. Then back there, Austin J. McGill, Christian Pacheco is your top 10. Pace car is going to dive off, leaving the field in the hands of Luke Nutt, who's going to mash the gas pedal. The green flag's out. We're back racing. 6 to go here at Wilkesboro. Very quickly, Jonathan Parker splits the field 3 wide. He's on a mission to get to the front. Moreno on the same mission. To the inside of Michael Thorpe Jr. Dylan Parker ran up the track by Thorpe. 5 to go. Do they have enough time to catch him? Here comes Moreno trying to send it 3 wide still.
Oh my goodness.
It seems like the battle's going to have to be for second. Nutt leads, 4 to go.
I think Dylan Parker has the tire.
Moreno might have got a little bump there, but he's going to save it. Parker may have the tire, but does he have enough time? 3 to go. They're going to go McGill to the inside of Moreno. That is for 3rd. The fresh tire starting to try to work through, but it's not going to be enough time. 2 laps to go. McGill's going to have to make a miracle run at this one. As they come through 3 and 4. Luke Nutt is going to take the white flag. 1 more lap here at Wilkesboro. McGill's going to have a chance to go for second, but he's not going to have a chance to go for the win. He'll keep the streak going here as he makes his way through 3 and 4. His third win of the season. Luke Knupp wins here at Wilkesboro.
And McGill steals second at the last second.
Dylan Parker there sliding in a third place run tonight. Gonna continue to burn it down here tonight. And number 5, he called me out as well earlier. I said he's not Texas Terry. He said, just watch me. I'll go out here and win this thing. And what did he do? He put it in victory lane here tonight. And by the way, pick to win. He put it in victory lane, so that's also pretty cool too. But we'll take a look at your finishing results here as Luke Knupp has blown the engine in that number 5 machine, so that will not be reused for another race down the line. Luke Knupp takes home the checker flag. Austin J. McGill, you mentioned, sneaks by for second. Dylan Parker in third. There's Jonathan Parker, still able to recover and finish in fourth. And then Ethan Fonseca Moreno, dominant race, but rounds at your top 5. Pacheco, Gazzola, Thorpe, Armistead, and Kruger were your top 10 there. Jake Scarborough up and down all over the place tonight, but he takes home a 11th place finish, 24 incident points, still not as close to Brett Bennett's record. Then Ryan Bogey, the last car on the lead lap, in 12th. There you see your lap down cars. Cars pretty much were wrecked out of the race. Jamie Wright, Brett Bennett, Hunter Karsten, Don Blazier, Noah Mary, Ricky Hudgens, Zach Wareham, Jared Wilson. I noticed that there is an issue with the scoring because it shows 16, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21. And also missing 13th place. I don't know why the numbers are doing that. It's weird. You see there, Blaine Sparling should be scored 21st. Then it's Darren Roy who will be scored 20. Huh? That's weird. Why is it scoring that? I don't know. Scoring's weird. JT Larsh, though, did finish 25th. That matters. He didn't grid up, so okay. But yeah, scoring's kind of weird. That's different. Cool. Gotcha. But let's go ahead and see if we can get a hold of our third place finisher here tonight in the Follow iRacing.Funny Instagram 100 here at North Wilkesboro. That would be the driver of the number 3 machine. It is Dylan Parker.
And actually, Dawson, while you're doing that, I do want to mention, I don't know if this is the reason for the issues with the graphics. I know it's an issue in general anyway. But one thing that we didn't call out, by the time I realized what was going on, the green flag was coming out for that last restart. Jeff Wimmer actually was disqualified from the race. And so I'm wondering if that's why it showed him in 13th all the way down in what was 24th. Because he wasn't on the lead lap when he was disqualified. But under that last caution that we had, Jeff Wimmer went up and took out Gabe Cazzola. I don't know if it was intentional or not. I would imagine it was because of him being disqualified. But I'm not sure if something happened between the two earlier in the race. But that's the story that I know of from Jeff Wimmer, who finished, got disqualified from the race. So 24th place finish tonight for Jeff Wimmer.
Dylan Parker is not in a voice chat right now. I need him to hurry up and get back in here so I can talk to that cute little guy there, Dylan Parker. Our third place finisher in the Peak Performance Motorsports number 3. Just waiting on him to show up, like usual. He's slacking. He turned off his computer. He completely forgot he had an interview. What the heck? Unreal. So we wait for Mr. Dylan Parker to show up. That fraud. With the points updating, let's see if I can take a look really quick and see what we're looking at after today's race. Luke Nupp now holds a 193-point lead over Jonathan Parker. He's got a 44-point gap in third place. Michael Thorpe Jr. Ethan Fonseca Moreno leapfrogs Jeffrey Armistead for fourth in the standings. Dylan Parker is up to sixth. And Austin J. McGill jumps Brett Bennett now for the 10th spot. Bennett now on the hot seat with a 55-point cushion to 11th place Christian Pacheco. So it'll be interesting to watch. Coming down to Chicagoland. Should be a good points battle to set our playoff field. There he is, finally showing up. So we can finally get a hold of him and see what he thought at the end of this race. This is your third place finisher in tonight's race, Mr. Dylan Parker. Dylan, chaotic. Holding on.
Okay, say that one more time.
I said, dude, it was hectic. It was chaotic. But in the end, you were still able to recover and finish third. What was that race like for you in the cockpit?
Oh, like you said, it was hectic and chaotic. I think I went to the back like 3-4 times. After that incident that I caused, I didn't think I was going to come back up. But, things happen. You make some ballsy moves, and you find yourself in second and then finish third. Because Austin J. McGill drove the wheels off that car.
Yeah, he was pushing on those new tires, trying to get to the front. He just ran out of time to go for the win, but able to still bring home a third place finish here. You were able to get some more spots in the points now as we come into this final race of the regular season. You sit sixth in points. You are in, so there's no worry there. But what is this like for you as we head towards the playoffs now, getting ready to go and chase a championship?
Well, with the last few races, I've just been doing my own thing, starting in the back or not really pushing that much. But with the playoffs, probably start trying to qualify a lot more, put focus on that, get track position, and not do anything to hurt myself. Because, I do this because it's fun. I like to start in the back, see if you can get your way to the front. So, but with the championship on the line, I haven't won it in 4 years, I think. So I feel like it's about time for another one. Just gotta join Noah and the only people with 2 championships or multiple championships.
Absolutely, and we look forward to seeing if you can do it. But still, a third place finish here tonight. Who you want to shout out? Teammates, sponsors. What put that 3 machine on the podium?
I just got to shout out PPM, Noah Mayweather. Luke Knupp, because Luke Knupp he's a good teammate tonight. And JCTV, he's you're awesome. I love you.
Alrighty, that is your third place finisher from tonight's event, Dylan Parker. Congrats again, Dylan, on a third place run.
No, thank you.
That'll leave us to going to Mr. Josh Coppernell, who should have our second place finisher here, Austin J. McGill.
And that I do. Austin, what a finish. You had a lot fresher tires than everybody else, but it was a pretty hectic finish. Walk us through that last restart.
Yeah, I was kind of crazy. Kind of shaking a little bit right now, but Yeah, we had a lot of cautions that race, so I took a kind of a crazy gamble using my last set on that last restart, and I just told all my teammates that I was gonna push like hell because I was near the back. I say near the back, but near the back with the cars that we had left, so I kind of just had to go. I had no other choice but to go all out and try to push as hard as I can.
So another second place finish for you. This is going to be 3 straight second place finishes. What's it going to take? I mean, to break into that win column. We have one race left before the playoffs start. So what's it going to take?
Honestly, probably just a bit of luck. I mean, I feel like in the last few weeks I've been pretty consistent. Probably one of the most consistent out of anybody in the field. But I just need that small amount of luck at the end of the race where I can just put myself in a good position to be on a good strategy and hopefully get my first win of the season. So yeah, just luck is the only thing that I'm missing right now, I think.
Photo finish there between you and Dylan Parker. Well, actually, not really a photo finish. You were flying. Parker, I think, got on the throttle a little bit too hard, but coming through that last corner, what was going through your mind, knowing that you had second right there?
I was kind of relieved to know that I was going to get a pretty decent finish. Obviously, I'm happy with the second place, but I kind of knew coming to the white that the win might have been a little too far. Um, I was pushing like crazy. I really want to get that first win, but I was really just focused on getting past Dylan on the last lap because I knew that's all I was able to get. So I don't know. I also got a little bit lucky that he kind of got into the wall coming off of 4, so that actually helped me a lot. But nevertheless, I'm happy with another second place.
Sponsors, shout outs. Who do you have to thank?
Shout out to you guys up in the booth for broadcasting yet another hectic and crazy race. Shout out to all the guys at GGA. I know some of them had some issues tonight, including myself, but most of us stuck it out. So I'm just proud of all the guys for that. And shout out to Anzel for being on the car every week.
Ready? Well, congrats on another second place finish and trying to get momentum for the playoffs.
Yep. Thanks, Josh.
Second place finisher, Austin J. McGill. And with that, we go down to victory lane for Dawson Allen. I'm sure has a very happy Luke Nutt.
Indeed, we head to victory lane where we will talk to our winner of tonight's race, that being the man himself, Luke Nupp. I called you out. I said if you're running the Texas Terry paint scheme, you got to kind of show out. And indeed, you did. You win the pole, and then you go out and you win the race for your third win of the season. First off, congrats on the win, Luke.
Yeah, thank you, Dawson. I hope you picked me to win because that was the whole plan. You were going to pick me to win, and I was going to win in your honor. But like you said, ran the Terry Labonte scheme that he won here at North Wilkesboro, and that's a number 2 win for that scheme. So I'm pretty happy. Get the third win on the season. I'm terrible on short tracks, but somehow I figured it out. Man, that was a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. You were my pick to win, by the way. I will tell you that right now. You were, in fact, my pick to win. So you were the pick. You started on the pole. You finished first. You made the sweep work. So, but you also, not to mention just not the win, but you grow your points lead too heading into this postseason run. You are looking like the man to beat here. What is this like? This big confidence boost here, knowing that you're pretty much dominating this season, and it's all about you this season in season 11.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it was a season-long points championship at this point because we'd be looking really good. But definitely, I have a 200-point gap going into the last race of the season, so I think I all but locked up the regular season title. So that's really cool. Gonna go into the playoffs #1 seed. So yeah, 3 wins so far. I only had 1 win last season, so that's big. Got my first ever, I think, slide job hole tonight. So that was good, and then 7 top 5s. It's been an awesome season so far, and I don't want to stop.
And not even just the top 5s; they've all been top 3 finishes. And it's just been kind of this trend of you've been finishing top 3. Last week, the 2 weeks ago, Daytona Road Course was your first third place finish of the season. Every other finish, if it wasn't further back, it was a second or a first. So able to get back to winning ways, get another victory, and put the 5 machine in victory lane tonight. But it was still an uphill battle having to fight through the back of the field. What was that like, having to kind of claw your way back to the front with all the chaos around you?
Yeah, I mean, I led the first, I think, 58 or so laps, and then everyone pit, so I was still leading, and then the outside line just, I slowly started to realize was the line you wanted to restart in, and Ethan got around me, and dirty air was just, I was not as good in dirty air. So as the race went on, I figured it out, and just that's when I fell back, that's when I kind of switched into strategy mode. I wanted to see what the best strategy was, and saw everyone started pitting again, and I was like, I just they're gonna pit later in the race, and I just don't think it's gonna work out. And then we had cautions after cautions, and worked my way back up to, I think, like the top 5, and then at around 111 with 50 to go, I was like, I think this is a good time to pit. Me and Ethan pit. We're on the same strategy, and yeah, it worked out. I got back up to the lead, had a good battle with Johnny Parker, and I thought with that last restart, it was like 7 to go, that Dylan might have a chance for me, but looks like he burnt his tires off a little bit, or his damage was just a little too much. So yeah, strategy just played off tonight. Paid off.
Paid off indeed. But third win of the season, teammates, sponsors, what got that number 5 machine back to victory lane tonight?
For sure, just gotta thank Kellogg's. They do a lot for me. Both throwbacks I've ran this season have been Kellogg's, second and a first. So I think that'll do it for throwbacks this season. But gotta thank Ethan Moreno for making this awesome design and scheme. And then Luke Knupp Racing, iRacing.Funny. Everyone who supports me, the PPM, the team I'm running for, XPE and Road Pro, and then you guys for broadcasting, Dawson, you for picking me to win, and then I just got to ask. I have one more race left in a JCTV sponsored car. What race do you guys want it to be?
Ooh. Let me see what race is not in the playoffs so that way I don't jinx you. I would say Chicagoland would be the best one to do. But you know what? I'm going to throw a challenge your way. We're going to do Atlanta. Or no, wait. Actually, hold on. Even better. Do Talladega. It's a Halloween theme scheme for JCTV. Let's see if you could break the curse by putting on the Halloween curse. I want to see you do that, Luke.
All right. Josh, you good with that?
So I would say Michigan because I mean that's JCTV's home. But honestly,
you want to see some magic? I can mute him on my end of the microphone to where nobody in the broadcast can hear him.
Hey, if you guys throw me enough money, I can do both.
I did say I like that idea. So I mean, honestly, as much as I'd love to see as many JCTV schemes at Michigan, being it's my home track and it's JCTV's home, I like where Dawson is going on that.
All right, Talladega it is. I'll lock that in. I'll let Ethan know. But I appreciate it, guys, and then Noah and for all he does for the league. Yeah, and then Dane Cruz. He's just Dane Cruz.
Alrighty, that is your race winner here tonight, Luke Knupp. Victorious once again. Congrats again, Luke.
Yep, Luke Knupp is the GOAT.
Something to that effect. So that does it from us here at Wilkesboro. Josh, an exciting, chaotic, crazy race, but the end result seems to be all the same. Luke Knupp in victory lane.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. I mean, Luke is such an incredible racer, and he's continuously put on an amazing season. This season is everything's coming together for him so far. So for Luke, this really looks like a championship year for Luke Nupp, but nothing is guaranteed in racing, as we still have to get through the playoffs, and that'll be pretty exciting to see what Luke Nupp can do come playoff time. But what a race! I love this track. When iRacing scanned it, brought it in to iRacing, I ran a lot of races here, and I'm someone who doesn't really do a lot of official races, but I was doing a lot of official races at this track. I had such a blast driving this track, and I mean, low key, I kind of wish I was out there tonight with these guys.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a lot of fun, but it was also pretty chaotic. But at the end of it all, it's a common result, Luke Nupp in victory lane. So we got one more race in the regular season here in the Slide Job Racing League. That is next Tuesday night at Chicagoland, where we will wrap up our regular season, put a nice little bow on it. We'll get all the acclaim we need to get out because, of course, Luke Nupp should lock it up next week for the regular season championship. And the playoff spots are kind of just dependent on what happens, if anything crazy happens, which shouldn't happen. So we should have our 10 locked up and ready to go after tonight, but we'll see how things play out next week. And then that's how we're going to do it. But, of course, this Saturday night, we've got some racing. Thursday night, we got some racing as well. For the Coast to Coast Cup Series, they head to Sonoma, California to run on the road course for race number 3 of their season. And then this Saturday night, the In the Pits News Truck Series heads to Bristol Motor Speedway. The last great Coliseum will play host to round number 2 of the playoffs. We'll see after the chaos that happened at Pocono, where we build upon it as we head into race number 2. Who's going to put themselves in a deeper hole? Who's going to be able to dig themselves out? And who will find victory lane? I want to thank you for tuning in as always here on JCTV. Shout out to Nikki D yet again for providing this amazing outro music. We'll see you on Thursday night here for the Coast to Coast Cup Series on JCTV. For Dawson Allen, Josh Comperdoll signing off, saying so long and have a great rest of your night.